Alright, the first part you come to is draining of the water heater. You pull that little thing out of there, and then you use that to give it air from the tap so it can drain freely. That's the first part. You're going to want to rig up something like this to where you could screw all that together and hook it into there. You're going to want to put your air line on your chuck end and pressure it with 35 pounds of pressure. Be right back as soon as I get that done. All right, once you got that installed, just hook up your chuck here, and then you come over to your air regulator, and 35 pounds. You'll notice it's forcing the water out. Alright, now we're gonna plug this up, and it's pretty much gonna charge the system with 30 pounds of pressure. So you'll be able to tell if you've got any loose or weak connections. But if you've been camping, 35 pounds of pressure is a standard water hose connection. So if you didn't have any trouble with any kind of leakage coming from the bottom of your camper, you should be fine. Got to make sure you do each and every one of them. We're going to come to the kitchen sink. Let all that water that would have otherwise froze on you through the winter out. Almost forgot. You're going to want to access your water heater. Mine is right here. And you'll see these connections here. That's your hot water out, and that's your cold water in. And right in the middle, you're gonna see a bypass. Right now mine's closed, and that's the way I want it to be, because we're gonna drain everything from there on. So it's very important to keep that closed. Hot water side. You wanna make sure you get as much as you can out. Each water molecule expands, forget the ratio, but I think it's more than double whenever it freezes. So all this moisture collects in your lines, and whenever that ice expands, that is what causes your appliances and your water piping to break. So that is why we winterize. You want to shut these off slowly, because you don't want any water hammer to occur in your lines. Now to our bathroom appliance. It's important you work away from your water heater. This intake source, you want to work away from it, so you're pulling all the water as you go back. Happy with that? Bolt on. No water coming out. All you hear is the air pressure being supplied by that air compressor. Slowly. All right. We're going to work on our toilet. pretty good. Now our shower. Now you're going to want to access your low drain points. Some models may have more than others, so you want to go around the whole camper looking for something somewhat similar to this. Anything that looks like a red and a white hose indicating hot low drain and cold low drain point. Make sure you seal them up so no bugs get inside. And I'll continue inspecting around the camper. And from my bathroom, we'll go ahead and drain these.
The idea is to get every single bit of water out of your system. How much rich?
All right, that's done. As far as I could tell, I have no more low drain spots. This is the first time I've winterized this camper. First time I've ever winterized a camper, so we'll see how it goes. Report back to you at the beginning of the year with any repairs. Hopefully not. But next, we're gonna do some main drains. Yeah, on to drain the main drain. You'll notice you'll have a gray, which is quote unquote kind of dirty water, and you'll have a black, which we all know what that means. Keep a nozzle handy to wash away any kind of evidence of a good time. All right, here we go. My gray tank should be empty, other than what we just drained out into the by flushing the lines. So this should be, is that beans? Let that drain for a little while. Just leave it open. All right. And on our last camping trip, I left a little bit of water in the black just to slosh around and get rid of anything. All right. Somewhat clean. Let that all drain out.
when we're done, all we should have in our tanks is the RV antifreeze, which I will show you the purpose of why we do that in just a minute. And when you're done and it's draining pretty good all the way done, I like to just go through and redo everything. So I mean, you can't be too cautious in water. Just like women do what they want. So we're gonna and also you should keep your refrigerator and your freezer open to prevent any kind of musty, mildewy smell. Very important. Keep everything open and honest. Also, you'll note that I've got the camper somewhat elevated. Close that grate. Close that black. Put your cap on. I put it on lightly. That way, if there's any water that does pool up in there, you don't want it cracking that lid off. All right, now it's time to use our antifreeze. The only thing that I'm using this for is to protect the P-traps in your system. P-traps are places where water can flow, but it doesn't allow fumes to come back up through the drain. Keeps the living environment somewhat smell-free. So this is to protect your P-traps. That's that. Hit this one. When we're done, we're gonna wipe all this clean because it will stain it.
And you get some too. Now just go ahead and use the whole jug. Good stuff.
Better not freeze. Live in the Midwest. This should be good. I think that's all the drains I've got. Trying to think. That should be it. Making this video for anybody that cares to watch it, but mostly for my wife. What'd you do all day? Did you do it right? Now she can have somebody inspect this video and say, damn, he did a pretty good job, I think. Almost forgot to. You'll want to look in the front of your camper. You'll find a battery box. Go ahead and open that, and it's important to remove this battery. Hey, Twitter world. Thanks for watching the video, and up next, how to make a fox hat. Love you, babe.